Hey everybody, sorry for the video getting out late. I had volleyball tonight. It was at 9:30. I should have gotten it done before I went, but I was thinking like maybe I can get back home like around 10:30, and I got home at 11, so it's coming out pretty late tonight. We will have this playing pre-market tomorrow for those of you guys that don't get to see it. So let's get started. We do have news into tomorrow, so CPI you'll see here. So that's gonna come out pre-market. That'll be something we want to know about, and that will also affect the Dixie. So the Dixie we know took the month rev strat down, still an inside week, so it's retracement so far, and now could go two down, two up, two down day, and that would keep the stuff puking. And then UUP could go two down, two up, two down day, get the month coming down with the Dixie stuff. So we can be watching that if the dollar's gonna start falling apart. But what we'll see in the indexes to start the week is Dow Jones potential three, two down, two up. So in the Dow Jones we'll have triple M. In the industrials, inside day, so stronger than the Dow by going inside. And if that breaks upwards, 3, 2 to the upside on the week, and then you could go 3 on the month back into this big 3 here. So that'll be something we can look for. We'll also see in the financials, JPM, 3122 day above this, 188.46, tells you to look at Goldman Sachs in there in the Dow Jones as well. You can see the broadening formation, 322 hammer counter shooter day, and you're countering a rev strat, and you got a potential 3-3 week. So potentially things could start getting moving there. And I'm doing that off the top of my head, so let me pull up the Dow Jones, just make sure I'm not missing any. There will be a few other two down in greens, just not quite as strong. So Visa, hammer counter shooter. It is inside week at this point. Could go 2-2s back up. Still an inside month though. So you got MA. Looks a little better. You got the rev strat. So 1-2-2 with some magnitude to take this out. So that could get that week a little closer to going back up. But this is technically retracement of last week's move. Still an inside month. So once it hits its magnitude, it might just be done. And what we see to start the week is KO does go 2-2s back up. So they did go in and buy KO to start the week in the Dow Jones. Pepsi, not quite, but a 2-2 week here could rev strat the month 3-1-3 back through that stuff, back into these guys. So we'll keep an eye on those names. There are also going to be some more staples like PG going into the highs, but does nothing. So we'll leave it at that, and we'll tab through a little bit to see what we've got. So there's some McDonald's in the consumer discretionary 2-2 week back through this corrective. Could take the month 2-2 back up. And if we go to the year, or not the year, zoom out the month a little bit, does still have some range to go and take these guys out back to all-time highs, triangle out. So we'll see if that one wants to get moving. And the rest, it's kind of meh. There's not too much to really go after. There's Intel here. This is going to be the last one. So 3-2-2 on Intel could get that moving again. And we'd want to see the SMHs simultaneously do that. They are up slightly after hours. So depending on what the CPI does, it could just open in force, and that would get the Intel moving. And that tells us we'll want to look at the semiconductors. And if we go into the semis here, we'll see a lot of potential 2-2s back up. So ADI, 2 down in green, potential 2-2 day back up. Could take the week 2 up, reconfirm the inside month to try and just take you guys into this 202.77. If we go to SWKS, double inside month and up, potential 2-2 back up on the day, Randy Jackson. Could get a 3-3-2 on the week, so that'll be something we want to know. We'll check out ARM. It's not on my list. So potentially ARM will wake up, but doing a whole lot of nothing this month. They're actually retracing. If we go to QCOM, here's going to be rev strats 1-2-2 on a Tuesday with ON potential 1-2-2 on a Tuesday. So those will be good. And then we did see them out of the gates really go after FSLR, and then they got countered. But we'll definitely want to keep an eye on that since they've done some triangle action on the month. If things are going to start waking up there, we'd like to see that hammer quarter next quarter. Still going to be an inside year though, but they used to be a lot higher if that wants to start kicking back into gear. So we'll keep an eye on that. It's not going to be on our list, but we'll focus on the 322 in the Intel, and then the Rev Strats in ON and QCOM, and then the 22s in ADI and SWKS. The big names, you might see AMD keep the week going down if that wants to stay happening. NVIDIA could 322 or could take the week down. SMCI looks to be a little bit of a hammered day, so that also could go Rev Strat back down or go hammer days up tomorrow. So we'll keep an eye on that with the semiconductors, with the 322s potentially. And if we go in and see from our macro stuff over the monthly videos, I know we have a lot, but remember on Tuesdays, we're looking for the 322s, we're looking for the 22s and the inside days, right? So you can focus on those for tomorrow if you're just trading the turnaround Tuesday. If we go into what they're buying to start the week and what they're continuing to buy, you can see here if we sort by sector. Energies, do we know about that? We do. So XLE, we talked a lot about that one last week. Inside day up to start the week, bright green. So like we said in the videos, stay out of those weekly tries, good things will happen. So you'll see they are expanding that. And if you go to the month, is that a 312? Yes, it is. Is it bright green? Yes, it's happening this month. So next pivots are up there. Try and potentially go take the year inside and up. Go to XOP. Is that still going 2-2 on the month and then reconfirming? It is. Trying to go 2 up week. This could go 2-2 tomorrow, back up. And you can see the 312 this morning to get it going. If we go to SMH, OIH, did that go 2 up again? It's like, yeah. Remember the Rev Strat here? 2, 2, 2. That's still just 2 and the month getting a lot greener. So a lot better action if we can start coming back into these pivots here and really start sending it home to stop out these guys. And what that tells us to be looking at is BKR, 2-2 on the month. A lot of magnitude to go back to these guys. Go to Halliburton, inside and up. My personal favorite in the OIH with the HAL is going to be SLB. The 1-3 on the day. So if that's going to really get going above 51.58, you get the 2 reconfirmation of the buyer that came in Monday. And you can see the 3-1 and then boom, inside and then boom, they keep going. Momo hammer tomorrow, potentially get that again. And same thing as the OIH. We're looking for all that stuff. If we go to XOM, remember, we want to stay out of this 3, and it does. So you can see they're trending up on the daily. If you go to the year, that's still a 2 going 3 year. Try and take these guys out. If you go to CVX, not quite as strong. They did Rev Strat back up today, but that's still above 149.99. Above this, 152.59, that becomes a 2-2 week to the upside. If we go to COP, that's an inside week and up to start the week. Notice the 3-2-2, and then boom, they buy it. So this is what real buying looks like. We want to see them come back tomorrow. If you go on the month, 3-1-2 on the month, above 115.29. So we have 2 actionable signals this week. You got a third one on Monday, but we just got to see if they keep buying. The second that's 2 up, these signals are still happening. So you can keep looking for that. DVN a little weaker, but 3-2-2 above 44.92 puts you back through this try here. We'll also see EOG 3-1-2, and it's already well on its way. Momo hammer weak, and you don't have to trade all of them, but I'm giving you them all. Inside and up MRO. We've been talking about this one for the small account traders. Momo hammer weak. They buy Monday. Can they come back tomorrow? Inside month and up could get you back to the other side of this 3. MUR inside and up as well. OVV, that one's just reconfirming what they did last month. So this one's one of the stronger ones, closer to going into those highs here, inside week and up. And this is a measured move of this whole move here. So it could really start ripping. If you go to the year, that's a potential 2-2 year, and you've been a lot higher. Does it mean it has to go to 250? No, but it could. So if we're in it down here at 52, and that's a winning position, maybe it goes to like 80 or 90, then what do you have to do? Just hold, right? So we'll look for that, and we'll see PXD similar to CV or XOM. Go on the month here, 3-2 up, and then reconfirm. Boom. Still mother bar to this. Looking for the 2 up quarter to potentially get that moving. And if we go to the year, that would take the year up as well. 2-2-2. So that'll be something we want to know about on the yearly basis. Go to SM, Momo hammer week, 2-2-2 on the year, already in force. So this is one of the stronger ones. Has magnitude to take that out. We go to MPC. This has been a stronger one already this year. You can see the 2-2 months from prior and the Rev Strat weeks that happened prior. not one I was focusing on, so that's on me for not getting you guys in here. It's 170, but hopefully you'll forgive me when the other ones start picking up. VLO is another one that's a little bit stronger. You'll see inside quarter and up, so that's still trying to go and take these guys out 160. So those will be the two stronger ones, and that's oil and gas refining and marketing, MPC and VLO. The rest of these are exploration and production, besides the equipment services, OIHers, HAL, and SLB. So that's still happening. The other thing that's still happening is from the weekend vid last week, gold. So it's an inside day, but when you have the high volatility and it goes inside, that's something you want to know about. So into tomorrow, we'll have gold as well. It tells you to look at the other materials. AEM, which is a gold stock, 2 month, and that's really taken off. If we go to DDX, 3-2 on the week last week, and boom, they reconfirm right again this week. So can they come back again, keep that month going? Still has magnitude to go here. Go to JNUG. 3-2 last week, back through previous range, 2 month. Still want to see them get back up into these guys. 3 on Monday. So once the 3, always the 3. We can start drawing that out. Maybe get a triangle out. That'd be good. Or it could go 3-2 if they really want to get after them. So we'll keep watching all the gold stocks. And then we also saw some more materials start picking up. So TECK, you'll see here, the 1-2 month that happened today, or actually reconfirmed today. FCX happened today. And that's going to be diversified metals and mining. FCX will be copper. They took inside day and up, triggers a rev strap month. These things are still a little bit more stuck, but since we see all the other materials going, now they have monthly signals. We got still the rest of the month if they're going to get going, and 3s on the week to expand. If we go to AA, it's going to be another one. You'll see rev strap month and up. So some simultaneous breaks happening in the materials there. Give me a sec here. I'm going to pause and come back. All right. So we've covered the materials. The only other one would be like AU, which is also going to be a gold stock. You can see that's big hammer month in force, reconfirms the week. So that's all still happening. We just want to see if those can keep going. And XLB, you can see your 3-2 month has gotten very green above 87.8. So that's all still happening. We just got to see them come back tomorrow. And what we'll also see then is consumer discretionaries are going up. We do have on with earnings tomorrow morning. That was one I grabbed a few call lottos on because I've just seen a lot of talk about it, but we'll see. Obviously not a trade that I want to really broadcast. I was just looking at it. I was like, those look cheap enough. So we'll see where that opens and what they're going to do. It tells us we can trade Crocs, which might move with that, as well as Nike, which could move with that. You got some previous range to come back through in here if stuff's good and on. And a 2-2 week maybe. Also tells you Adidas, which I always forget the ticker name here, ADDY. You can see it's still 3-1 on the week, but 2-2 day tomorrow if Anon's good. And I believe it's OTC. I could be wrong there. Looks like it's not going to let me find out. So we will have that going into tomorrow. There's also some financials that are up. So Futu, they did buy it, but comes back in. What we really want to see is the really long green bars if we're going to go after things for continuation. We also saw MSTR do similar, so Bitcoin popped up and pulled back. What we do see is communication services. So Billy, nice green bar to start the week. Still an inside month and up, back through previous range, along with BZ, inside month and up, back through previous range, pretty green bar there, along with OMC, bright green bar. So that one's got a hammer month in force, still has some magnitude to take these guys out. And what that would do is take the year up if they're going to really get this thing launching. So OMC will be one of those in the communications we'll want to know about. And FYBR would be the only other one there. Recently took its month up, so we'll see if that re-triggers. Outside of that, we do see some utilities. It's just not the best trade because the volatility just not there. We'll see like ES, you got a little bit of range on the month there. You can see like $5, but if you want to go for them, you can. If you don't, then you don't. We'll also see, I'll just go down the list for you guys, the strongest performing ones. EXC, there's a 2-2 month. We'll see FE, that's a 2-2 month. And we'll see PNW, that's a 2-2 month. So do have some of the utilities starting to poke up and around. Today, biggest gainer is UGI there in the utilities, up 2%. So a little bit of movement. SRE would be the other one. So you can see up just about 2%, takes the month up. So you can go and do that. It's just not the biggest range. So normally we don't spend as much time focusing on those. Outside of that, that's going to be about it as far as what the buys are this month. Taking the months down this month, we don't have many things really puking. There's a few healthcares, so like B Bio does take last week's lows. It's just a doji to start. Still a 3-2 month though. We'll see APLS recently taken the inside month and down. Potentially could PMG back through these guys. So that could be a little bit of an issue there. And you're getting out of this 3 on the week if you do that. CYTK still starting to come back in. So potentially these guys might have some problems. We'll see. But you can see the hammer days. So nothing really actionable into tomorrow there in the healthcares. We do see then, I think I did miss one here. I apologize on the upside list. Yeah, so I did miss the consumer discretionary broadline retail. So eBay, that was a big buy to start Monday along with JD. You can see they bought the morning and then they're pretty much done, along with some Macy's, but that one started pulling back in. So not the strongest stuff. Same with GPS. That starts off by taking the month up after their gap and sell that filled and then rejected. So we'll keep an eye on those. Really, we don't have to do that. I'd rather just stick. We got the energies, we got the materials. Those are the two biggest sectors that are really moving. If I go and show you this, you'll see materials. It's like, boom, they're buying materials this week or this month. Then energies are just starting to wake up. And what this shows here is just, is it up 5% or more since the month opened? If we scroll through this, you can see where the buyers really are sitting. Notice how the utilities, you don't got quite as much. Communication services, though, definitely a pretty good concentration there. And there's a few in the application software, which is mostly that MSTR Bitcoin stuff. And if we scroll up, the energies, they're getting very close to doing that. So we'll stay in the energies, the materials, and with the turnaround Tuesday list that we've already given you. Outside of that, let me go and pull up my nightly scan, see if there's anything we missed here. So, only thing I think I'm missing here is the XLVs. 322 on the day, could go double inside week and up. And we do have some rev strats in there that we know about, names that we like. MDT, that could be a 122 rev strat, still double inside month, but it is green. If we go to MCK, that could be a 122 rev strat, would still be inside week though, so not the strongest stuff there. And then CI, that could be a 122 rev strat, messing about within this 3 on the week. It is a 2-up month though, so could get you back to 2-up continuation. This is at the all-time highs, but has the year in force. So we know the XLVs, they still have that yearly signal that's still happening. So this stuff works and gets you into the week. This is a swing, right? If you didn't get the 3-2 this week here, or you didn't get the yearly signal here, maybe you closed when it came back, inside weeks here give you another reason to be looking at that. And they normally do good even when the market does bad. So you can definitely keep those up. We did see some J&J buying come in there for the ones we normally go after. Myrna was definitely one they went in and bought on Monday with the 222 on the month. Still has some range, but it does have this quarterly hammer still happening. So if they can start reclaiming these lows here around 115.11, then we know we can potentially start coming towards these highs into like the 200s. So if you feel like you missed it, you didn't. This quarter's still not doing too much. On the year, you're still going to have some issues there. But if they start really coming back through, anyone that was short last year might have to have some second thoughts. So there is that. In the banks, we did miss Wells Fargo, could rev strat, and that one has been on a tear so far with the year up since the 322 week that went off that inside 60 with news many weeks ago. And that would be with the JPM and the Goldman Sachs that we've already talked about. And it does look like you have some Tractor Supply Co. there, which tells you potentially DE with the 2-2 back up. So I don't want to give you guys too much, but as far as what we're looking at, we have the potential 2-2s in the semiconductors. We have potential continuation in the energies from the monthly signals, and potential continuation in the materials from the monthly signals and weekly signals. And then the rev strats will have a few in the healthcares, a few in the financials, and that will be about it. So hopefully you guys are able to follow along. In the morning, I'll make sure we have all these up in a list on the right. I'm gonna make sure I'm up early enough to get that done for you guys. I apologize once again for this video coming out so late. Did not plan on it, but normally I don't play volleyballs on Monday, so I'm just gonna have to fix my schedule to make sure to account for it, since we have the 9:30 game, which really sucked this week. It's the latest time slot, but I'll stop complaining. I'll see you guys bright and early in the morning on Turnaround Tuesday.